Hello, my name is Tanae Luscombe. First off, this is not a plea to your pockets, it's a plea to your conscience.
No, I know that I can make you stay, but where's your heart?
Youth aged care simply refers to young people with disabilities who are living in nursing homes with the elderly.
This may not seem like a big deal to you. Perhaps it doesn't affect you personally.
Or perhaps you don't know what it is, or you don't care.
But I ask you, where's your heart?
Our aim is to simply create awareness.
Nursing homes are designed to manage the end stage of life, not the living life.
The main reasons as to why this happens is because of a limited funding from our government.
Seems like a simple solution would be for the government to arrange some sort of funds.
From an overall perspective, you may not understand or acknowledge the big deal about this issue. Once you hear the facts and statistics, you'll come to the realization that something needs to be done.
7,500 people compared to 22 million is a very small number, which is why we're not aware of this problem. Yeah, fair enough.
Now think of those 7,500 as individuals, not as a group.
In retrospect, that is a lot of people.
This is the part where it all breaks down.
There are 700,000 young people, like you and I, are being cared for at home by their families with limited support. Why is this? Because there is such a minimal amount of young care homes.
This is unfathomable.
Why is it that our government spends $16 million on carbon tax advertisements and we can't get any funds?
Does this make sense to you? Because it sure as hell does not make sense to me.
70% of all marriages involving the care of a young person will end in divorce.
46% of carers looking after a person with needs is classified as severely depressed.
I can guarantee you this number will drop significantly if the pressure was not put on the families to look after their young people.
The lowest well-being of any group in society is that of the carers.
I could end up in a nursing home tomorrow.
The effects of living in old care homes are tragic. There is much isolation and a massive generation gap between people.
21% of the youth only go outside once a month.
Imagine if there were facilities that were lively and fun and aimed to help the youth. Perhaps they wouldn't suffer from depression,
anxiety,
and loneliness.
It may seem as if the workers in the old care homes are not adequate enough to care for the youth. This is true.
They are trained to help our elderly and don't necessarily have the skills to help our youth who require different culture, different therapies, and a different support system.
I'd like to introduce you to a young lady I had the privilege of meeting at the beginning of this year. Anjela Barker, a lively and energetic young woman who got caught up in the wrong type of relationship at the tender age of 17. Angela's boyfriend at the time had beat her so severely she woke up 9 months later in a nursing home. Nearly all aspects of her life were taken from her. A 9-year-long journey in a nursing home, Ange did not wish to continue living there. It took her 5 months to poke her tongue out and 5 years to talk. Ange Barker is an inspiration to everyone who faces adversities each day.
This story is not supposed to make you cry or feel empathetic. Instead, it should make you do something.
How would you feel waking up tomorrow in a nursing home? I know I couldn't bear it.
There is no set out plan to solve the problem. This needs to change.
And this is where we need your help.
What we ask of you is very simple.
We don't want your money.
Or your sympathy.
All we want is your voice. Talk.
Talk about this issue and spread it around to those people who have a heart.
Link this video to your Twitter, make it viral on Facebook, or blog it on Tumblr.
Do whatever you can to make people aware of this issue.
It will take, what, 3 seconds?
And those 3 seconds could change a life forever.
Communication is an underestimated element of causing change.
Through communication comes knowledge.
And with knowledge comes power.
Lack of alternatives for these young people mean that any young person finds himself with a label of no future or nowhere to go attached to their forehead. It's basically thrown into a nursing home.
We need to change that write-off label to hopeful, to future, to living.
This will be achieved through our persistence, our encouragement, your communication and your newfound knowledge.
Please do not take this for granted.
So go now, right now, and tell someone about what you have just learned.
You tell 3 people, who tell another 3 people, who tell more people and more people.
Bam! Everybody knows.
Get on board and spread the word. An evolutionary change is in your hand.
Grab this opportunity and hold on to it. You may not realise what an opportunity this is, but I honestly hope you can appreciate what we ask of you.
Nobody is aware of the effect that living in a nursing home at such a young age has. So tell them.
Be the voice of people who may not otherwise speak.
We all have one heart, and we can be one heart.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart
with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.
One heart with a million voices.